We're the hydradenitis super divas. If you've got HS, you'll want to meet us. It's not your fault, put the shame to a halt. HS divas know how to have a ball. The hydradenitis super divas. Put the shame to a halt, cause it's not your fault.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hydradenitis Super Divas. I am so excited to be here today. We're here with Brinley, of course, but a special guest is here. We've got Dr. Katelyn Baker, and we're going to talk about the mind-body connection. And I think it's really so important because I met Miss Baker, Dr. Baker, at the workshop. I'm like summit workshop, all these things we go to together, but we met her at the workshop for HS, and she gave us so many tools to just kind of connect your mind and your body and get back to like shadow yourself back to zen, you know? And so I thought it was so important that you all heard from her.
Yeah.
So I'll let her introduce herself.
Yeah, well that's pretty much it.
And the episode's over.
So I am a doctor of clinical psychology, one of many people who built Healing Space, which is a really cool resource to go check out if you haven't yet. It has like info about different kinds of therapies, meditations. It's got literally everything: music therapy, exercise for sitting in a chair and exercising. We got you covered. So there's so much on there. Go check it out if you haven't. But for today in particular, talking about this mind-body connection is so important because we have this tendency of disconnecting from our bodies. Mm-hmm. And myself included. Like 100% so guilty of that. We were just talking about that. And it's just this thing that we do where it's like, instead of confronting it and feeling it and having it be present all the time, our brains can't handle that. It's like that's too much. So we kind of over time build up this little kind of like a visual blockade of like, I know it's there, but I'm not paying any attention to it. And then eventually that signals your brain to just literally stop paying attention to it. Because you're conditioning yourself over time that that's not important. Taking care of yourself in that way is not important. So we are terrible at that. It's kind of a form of dissociation, but with your own body. So it's a lack of interoceptive awareness is what it's called, which is when you are kind of aware of your internal bodily functions, needs, where pain is, that kind of stuff. So yeah. It's a big deal, and you might be thinking, like, how is that a bad thing? Like, I have pain, I'm checking out from it, what's wrong with that? But the problem with that is when you get to the point where, like I was like, I don't know how many flares that I have. Mm-hmm. I don't know how bad they are. Yeah. I don't know what stage I am. And it got to the point where I was like, this is no longer ignorable because it's so detrimental to my health. Yes. Rather than helping with the checkout, it was like too checked out and had to find a happy medium because it's wild if you are not aware of like I could have bursts and not feel anything. And then you stand up in public and it's like, hello.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a giant burst, but I'm so checked out in my own world that I don't even.
And it's like you've reached the point too, like you're almost numb to it. Like you obviously are feeling embarrassed, like inside, at least for me, like that's what I feel like, embarrassed when I knew I was like leaking on somebody's chair or ruining another pair of pants or whatever, you know? But then I also was just like, still don't care enough to put on Band-Aid. Still not there, you know? Yeah. So it's a privilege now to be where I have reached now in my journey to be like, okay girl, like we prioritize flare care. Mm-hmm. And even when there's no active flares, like we're prioritizing our skin. Preventative care. Like, and it took me a really long time to get there. A lot of the reason was because like I remember I was in that place that you're just talking about for too long. Like I said, I don't know how my butt cheeks got that bad just because like I refused to look back there.
Yeah.
And that was also, it got that bad in my like year and a half of celibacy. So like I didn't care what it looked back there. There was nobody else who was
Right, you were
back
already
there
right
who
away
cared
on
who looked
something,
back there.
yeah.
So I was like, we just didn't care wholeheartedly. Like, we went all in with that. And it took a lot for me to do what you just said. Is like, when you go so far that way, you have to reel yourself back in.
You do, and it's hard. It's not something that you can just say like, okay, I'm gonna be like more aware of my body today. It's actually something that you've unlearned and have to relearn, which is a process in itself. And some tips and tricks for that are like grounding techniques. So just kind of trying to feel more present in your body in general, and feeling like putting your feet on the ground and saying like, okay, I feel right now the carpet under my toes. I feel my toes wiggling in my socks. I am present in my body and I'm okay. And it's going up to different parts of your body, right? Like if you're not quite ready to move up to flare areas, start with like, okay, like I can feel my knees. I can feel, and just eventually you have to get connected with your body as a whole, but especially those flare areas. So start with the areas that are easier and then tackle.
That makes sense. I know we are going to talk like more intricately about intimacy, but can you give us just like an idea of how we can make that mind and body connection when you are in the middle of like sexual time with your partner? Because I know for me, even I've been married for I believe 6 years in a couple weeks, or like we've been together for a long time. We've been married for 4 years, but anyway, we've been together for a while, right? We've run the rodeo a few times, but
Josh, please take note that she doesn't know the dates.
I am the worst. But it's just like I still sometimes through like being intimate, I have to remind myself to like be in that moment instead of like be so stressed out about like what he can possibly be seeing. Is that turning him off? Is this like, does he want to hurry up and get this over with? Like instead of just like enjoying the moment. This feels good. It's okay to feel good and not feel like shit about yourself because you're naked. Like, it's just like hard getting there sometimes. And I think that's why there's such a sexual like problem in people who have HS's relationships, because like if I have to do like a step process to finally be in that moment with you, but like men especially, they're like in that moment, I'm like, it's hard sometimes to find the right moment when we're being intimate, and I'm like, it's just like so compatible. I feel good, you feel good, we're feeling good together. Right. So I just feel like sometimes it's a lot of sacrifice on my end because I'm like, I just need a little bit more time to like stop thinking about this terrible thing in my head.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I just want to talk about something that I think a lot of us in the HS community overlook, which is clinical trials. I know. When you hear clinical trial, your brain probably goes to a lab coat and a clipboard situation. But honestly, it's not like that. Being in a clinical trial is just going to the doctor's office. You're seen by a care team, you have appointments, they're checking in on you. It genuinely feels like some of the best, most attentive medical care you will ever get. And here's what a lot of people don't realize. It's completely covered. You're not paying out of pocket for any of it. And many trials actually help with travel costs too. So getting there isn't on you either. For those of us who've dealt with HS and know how expensive and exhausting this condition can be, that's actually a huge deal. Beyond the personal stuff, every person who enrolls helps us get closer to better treatment options for everyone living with HS, and that matters, because we all know how much we need more treatment options. A big thank you to Moon Lake for sponsoring today's episode and for supporting the HS community in a real and meaningful way. We'll drop a link in the show notes if you want to learn more. All right, now back to it.
So Kenny, is there like a tool I could do?
First, I just want to normalize it, like, even for couples that don't have HS, having those times when you're both are on the same page with wanting intimacy it's rare. And then add in HS, it's even more rare. So I just, like, that's very normal that you feel that way. So A. And B, I think the other thing is just to remind yourself that, like, he's already ready because he's into you and ready to go. He doesn't need you to get prepared. He doesn't need you to be anything other than what you are in that literal moment he decided that he wanted it.
So that is enough. Like, you don't have to do the 5-step shower routine and
No.
There's a time and a place for that, but that's like a hotel when you ain't got no kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other beast. But I think just literally reminding yourself, like, this person is desiring me without me having to do anything to earn that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, babe, I'm so ready for you. And you're like, hold on, let me go shower and clean up all my flares, and then I'll be back in 5 hours.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I'm ready right now. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
We're the ones that care.
Yes, absolutely.
So remembering that too, that like, again, a man sees a hole.
Yeah.
That's about all the thought that goes into that process. So, yeah, what's going on in our brains and what's going on with our mind-body connection, with our, I mean, even feeling sexy when you have oozing pus. Like, that's not, you don't think that those two things go together. But if you're just like, he's okay with it, I'm okay with it, get your freak on.
And it is okay, like, to say, this isn't a good time.
Absolutely.
I'm not feeling it. Because regardless of whether your partner is ready to go, you also get a vote in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a lot of guilt that comes with having HS that makes you not want to voice your own opinion about it, because you feel like, oh, well, they suffer in so many other ways because of my HS, so I should just be willing to participate in this whether I'm comfortable or not, and that's complete bullshit. Yeah. You 100% have agency over your own body. And if you're not feeling it and you feel like it's going to be painful, and for some people, the friction that happens during sex is a trigger. Mm-hmm. And so if you're always wondering, like, God, why do I always flare after we have sex or we're intimate? That could be a trigger for you. Does that mean that you're going to stop having sex? Probably not. But to be aware of that and to know, hey, if this is a trigger for me, can I handle the aftermath of this?
Right, or there are different ways
Right.
to do things at certain times, like just trying to,
Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
YouTube guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to feel comfortable, and that, I think it gets easier the more you practice it, but I don't know that I'm honestly jealous of the people who never feel this way. I don't know what that feels like to not have it be a concern.
Yeah, or just be like ready, like just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, can't relate.
Yeah.
can't relate. But if you can't relate too, that's
Right.
kind of the point.
Yeah.
This is something we've been conditioned to be ashamed of. This is something that we have been conditioned to fear that men will be afraid of and run away and tell, So it's so much more than am I feeling it. It's like all of these things are swirling in the back of your head, like everything society's told you. Even if you are wanting it yourself, how are you feeling physically? Or do you have anything currently leaking? Is it going to be physically painful? Like, there are so many things going through your brain that are probably not going to make you feel the most sexy. And communication with your partner about that is everything. Mm-hmm. But so is reframing those thoughts. Mm-hmm. So if your no is simply because you don't feel desirable, explore that. Right? Like, why don't you feel desirable? Challenge those thoughts of I'm disgusting, I'm blah. We know it's not your fault. You know it's not your fault.
What's like a good tool that they can use to like challenge those thoughts? Like, do you recommend journaling or like mirror work or?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of methods and everybody has a different thing that works for them. Personally, I like playing devil's advocate with myself or having someone else play devil's advocate when I can't think of the opposing side of my thought, to just be like, hey, I'm having this really like negative thought that I feel really gross right now, and I need you to like help me work against it and tell me things that challenge my brain to go against that. And that's something that you can do by yourself too, right? Like if you catch the thought, you can say, I had a thought that was,
I have a thought sometimes like I'm not doing enough. So I would combat that with like things I've got accomplished.
Yes. Yeah, things that you've accomplished. You can say, I don't have to be productive to be worthy of anything. Mm-hmm. You can say things like, I have done something today rather than the days that you can do no things. So yeah, there's always a way to spin it and think of it from a different angle, because our default is to be really hard on ourselves, which
Yes.
is unfortunate because the world is hard on us.
Yes.
And we're hard on us.
Absolutely.
So if I leave here with y'all remembering, it's just be nice to yourselves, man. Be nice.
There's enough people beating you up.
For real.
Yeah.
Don't be your own bully.
Give yourself some grace.
Hype yourself up.
Yes.
Little mirror dance party goes so far in the mornings. A little like
I just be dancing even without the mirror. You know, you guys catch it in the little vlogs. Sometimes there's no music playing, nothing. You just gotta get a bust a little move a little bit. You know? Shake that sadness out. But it makes you feel better. And honestly, like, yeah, kids will change your perspective on a lot of things. They're very truthful, very funny. So
there's no holding back.
sometimes they combat my thoughts and sometimes they fuel them. But I'm like, either way, we're rolling.
I think, yeah, if you can't think of something for yourself, think of like, what does my kid like about me?
Yeah.
What does my partner like about me?
And I found with them, like, I got really hard on myself for a period of motherhood because I felt I wasn't, like, active out there with them enough and all of the things. But, like, showing up for them when I feel good in the seasons that I can is more than, like, not showing up at all. And
Right.
listening to my body, too, to be like, okay, Mom can play today. And be like, Mom can play on the ground today on her knees for a very limited amount of time.
Yeah. You got 3 seconds and go.
Yes. And that's, I mean, and again, like, think about that effort and think about sometimes when we're really, so as like a foster mom, we're hard on ourselves in terms of what we can physically do with our kids. But like also remembering you literally have a chronic illness.
Yeah.
And kids feel loved whether you can physically get on the ground with them to chase them around, or if you're chasing them around in a wheelchair, or if you're just like yelling after them and you're not able to physically even do any, like, kids just want you in any way, shape, form they can get that. And that's important to remember too, because they just need love. And our bodies need love.
Yes.
And all of us need love. So be nice to yourself. Or I'm gonna find you.
You don't want her to find you, y'all. Oh my goodness. Well, I get to spend all kinds of time with you, so thank you for joining us today on this episode, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.